Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 16 here on Silverrun with me, Armor Murphy. Well, we're picking up pretty much where we left off last episode. Before the end of the day, I was able to get all our bales collected and put away. I turned around our grass field, and I have everything organized down here to continue working on these two fields. Now the priority really is the grass field across the road because we can plant that yet this month. This field here that we're going to make, as you know, is going to be cotton, so we can't plant it till next spring. But there are a couple jobs here we might as well do on both fields while we're set up to do them. And the first of that is rock breaking. So what I did just before we got going this morning, I'll show you an example. I think there's one right here, is I went around in construction mode looking for all the rocks, and then I placed one of these traffic pylons at each location, so hopefully we stand a better chance of finding all the rocks. Not only that, the piles of stone will be even harder to spot than the rocks, I think. So we can go ahead and we can get started on that job. Now, we haven't used the rock breaker for a long time. We did do some of the rock breaking contracts in the very beginning, but I don't know if we've used it since then. Oh, you know what? I think we did, didn't I? Think we broke some rocks, or at least one rock up at my place, because I was going to put that garage in that I haven't done yet. Which means there's a pile of stones I need to pick up there as well. So I'll do that. I'll go and double check that and get that done when we're picking these stones up as well. Those pylons, they are only at $10 to place. I'll get half of that back when I sell them off, so wasn't a big investment, but I thought it'd make life a little easier because they are much easier to spot. Now I suppose we probably could do this job in cab as long as we can see the pylons. I know there's one down this here direction. Boy, they are pretty hard to spot though. Oh, there we go. Boy, this little skid steer, it has become my favorite one in game. Has great lifting capacity, and it just does everything you want a little skid steer to do, and it does it very well actually. Now I think there is another one down this way from what I recall. Oh, right there. Yeah, we go for it, but it's one of those jobs, although possible from in-cab with these high bushes, it's more efficient for us to stay out of cab to do this little job. Or I'm going to end up missing stones, and I'm probably going to miss one or two anyway, the way it goes usually for me. Gonna put all this lime we make from these stones to good use, because we'll need to line these fields once we get them plowed. Yes, we got those ones. there's one, if I recall, along the road here. Oh, actually, I think I see one where I didn't put a pylon down. I do believe we missed one. Okay, so let's throw way down here at the end. There we go. Like I say, 10 bucks. Get 5 of that back. Alright, well there's a few more over here on the other side. Actually, most were on this side of the road. But I'll get these other ones broken up. And there's a couple. You may just be able to see the pylon sitting on the hillside there. But I'll get these all broken up. And then I'll bring you back in when we go to load them up. So we'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, we're all set here to start loading these stones up. Now I went looking for a high tip bucket for a skid steer. I thought we had one, but I wasn't able to find one. This is actually the bucket that came with the little Massey skid steer that we started with. But I'm sure it'll do the job. It may have been in the CZ pack that it was in, and I wasn't going to install that just for one bucket. Well, there seems to be a collision right there. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. Oops. Right there. But it will work. We don't have to do this job a lot, so. Could have used the wheel loader, and I know I have a high tip bucket for that, but. Now we can sell those two pylons because we've got the rocks here. Get half our money back anyway. But they did the job. I'll probably just grab these two. It's not worth moving the truck down here, I don't think. I was kind of wondering what would happen if I'd have left these and I just plowed. Well, it doesn't seem to want to pick those up for some reason. Let's try coming from the other direction. Yeah, I wonder if what would happen if I just tried to plow over them. If it would, the pile would just stay there and I'd pick it up with a rock picker, or don't know. Not that curious that I'm going to find out. Oh, that's a good bucket load we got out of that one. So plowing will be the next step after we get this done. And then stone picking and liming. But I think we'll, at that point, well, we're doing pretty good. It's only 7 a.m. We'll just watch the time. If we can keep doing both fields, both operations kind of one after the other, we will. But I would like to get that grass in today. So we'll just see how it goes. I think I left a little, yeah, it did. There we go. Wow, full bucket load. We get very many more piles like that, and I'll need to put the pup back on. I thought I'd get everything just in the truck, but I think it only holds 12,000 liters. It's not a huge amount, I know. But pup's sitting up there at the iron furnace if we need it. Not a big deal. Alright, well, I think I'll carry on with this. I think you get the idea, and it isn't terribly exciting. So I will catch up with you when we're ready to plow. So we'll see you then. Okay, here we are set up on our meadow field. I have our new McCormick and our plow, and we're going to start plowing this one out. Now I have done a game save just in case things go wrong. I know it's hard to believe. Now I think we'll just go straight across here for now, but I am going to nip down in there and take some of that, but I'll do that after the fact. Now I know you're going to be surprised to find out that while I was picking up the rocks, I ran into 3 stumps over on the other side, and I actually found a rock that I had missed breaking up, and it even had a pylon beside it. All very shocking, I know. Now, I don't know if anybody is taking any bets on whether I'll find some more or not. I wouldn't take that bet. I think we should be fairly safe up here on this side. But on the other side, not so much. Yeah, and I think I'll get the majority of this center done, and then I'll come and just clean up these little pieces by the road. Now we'll see how long it takes to get this done, and then I'll decide from there if I just I'm going to go plow on the other side, or if I will rock pick and line this side. Boy, even the McCormick struggling a little bit with this hill. This plow, I think you can go at like 20 kilometers an hour. Not sure what that is in miles an hour, but oh, there we go. Now we know 12 miles an hour. And it's 350 horsepower this tractor has. And I'm not foreseeing that we'll need anything larger, at least at this point. I think we can get away with most of our large tractor work with this one, because we're not going to need super large equipment on here. Oh, I can't forget, once I get this plowed out too, before I lime it, I'll have to scan it. So I can't forget about that. I'll probably use our Kubota to do that, because we can put a 3-point link on the back. Well, I'll carry on with this, and I will bring you back in when I get it all done and show you the result. Yeah, so we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, there we go. All plowed out. Looks pretty good, I think. I hope that field's big enough that it's worth our effort to come down here 3 times a year and cut the grass off it, but I guess we'll know soon enough. Okay, so I'll head and get our Kubota and our scanner, and we'll get this scanned. So I'll meet you back here. Well, there we are. We're all set to take our first scan. The little Kubota just works excellent for this job. The John Deere Gator can do this as well, but the Kubota has a better road speed, so you can get around the map a little quicker. Now I'm using the modified scanner. So you can see the area it's going to cover is just about the size of the mini map, and that's why I like to use this one. There is one that's larger yet, and but you can't, you know, it's difficult, let's put it that way, to see where you're actually scanning. Now it does cost you a little bit more for each scan, but it's still it's also a cheaper alternative to the in-game one, because it only costs you like 50% more, but it certainly covers more than 50% more area. Probably preaching to the choir for most of you, but just thought I'd share that for in case there's anybody new watching. Well, I think we got it all. We'll just do a quick check here on the precision farming map just to be sure. Yep, we do. So we'll send those ones off. We'll park this up, and what time is it? 10 o'clock? You know what, I think we'll just carry on and get this field done, because like I said, it's the kind of the critical one to get done this month, and then we'll just leave all the equipment down here, and after that we'll do what we can across the road. So I'll go and get our rock picker, and we'll get that done. So I'll see you back here in just a minute. Okay, I've changed my mind a little bit. We're going to lime here first before we rock pick. That's because I don't think you would actually seed right into lime. Now, ideally, you'd lime and then plow it in. It would be the ideal case, but we need to plow it in order to scan it, and so just the way we have to do things in game. So I thought I'd give a passing nod to realism by we'll throw the lime down and then we'll rock pick, and the rock picker will mix it in. And I did bring everything down here, so no, I don't have to run back and pick it up anymore. And then you may have noticed that I say I'm giving a nod to realism. I actually uh, or customized or upgraded the capacity on our lime spreader here to the unrealistic 25,000 liters. That's because on these new fields it can quite often take quite a bit of lime, and I'm just trying to reduce the number of trips back and forth. And I thought we'd give our little Kubota a try. I don't know how it'll handle this hill, but we can go side to side afterwards. Oh, it's not having any issue at all. Now I forgot to mention that I got just 500 liters short of a truck and pup load, so just under 24,000 liters. And I do still have the stones to pick up by my place, but I knew 500 liters wasn't going to be enough space. So what I'm going to do is I'll just run up there. I'll put the skid steer with the bucket on the trailer, the fifth wheel trailer, and just pick them up in the bucket and put them back on the, put the skid steer with the stones in the bucket back on the trailer. So that's the big plan for that. This actually isn't taking that much lime. Not as much as I thought it was going to, well, in any event. I think we'll go one more time around like this so we got a little bit more room to turn around. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of this. Right now my foot is itching and driving me crazy, so I'm trying to do this, and I should just stop and scratch the darn thing, because I'm trying to find some place to scratch it, so that's why I'm kind of driving like a crazy man. Of course, you may not have even noticed, because I don't drive the best under normal conditions. Well, there we go. Like, that made pretty short work of that. Okay, well, it's off to the rock picker. Oh, I see, still got the cedar set up. All right, well, I'll get that kind of switched over and I'll bring you back in. Well, I ended up doing the rock picking off camera. As you can see, it did work the lime in. A couple reasons for that. I'm just about out of time on this episode, and the rock picker was misbehaving a little bit. And I find it does it with smaller tractors, I would have thought this one was big enough and heavy enough that it wouldn't do it. But I think it's a function of these arms when they're folded out and there's a bit of uneven ground. It ends up lifting the back tires off of the ground on the tractor, that is. And then the thing just goes squirrely. And it was doing it a lot, especially down at the bottom of this field. So I thought, I'll just do this off camera because you've seen it before. What I will do is I'll go get hooked on the seeder so we can spend a little bit more time checking it out because that's new to us. And you can see we only got 900 liters of stone off of that field, not a whole lot, but we'll take whatever we can get for lime. So I'll get hooked up here and I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay. We can get going on the seeding. I've got it set to grass. Now this seeder isn't any wider than the one we were using before, but it folds up, so it's way easier to get around the map. But before we get started, let's go inside the tractor. There's something I want to show you. If you take a look in here, it really doesn't appear to be a buddy seat at all. The only thing is if you can kind of see kind of in the center of the screen there looks like there's a piece that you might be able to grab and hold of and pull down for someone to sit on. I don't know if we can see it from the outside any better. Yeah, that gray piece right there where you can kind of see the cursor. Well, when I noticed that, I was thinking that's rather unusual for a tractor this size not to have a buddy seat. Sorry, just had to pay attention there for a second. And I got thinking, if you had to have someone sit on that seat, it wouldn't be your buddy. It might be, you might call that the mother-in-law seat, the acquaintance seat, something like that. Because I don't think your buddy would be your buddy if he was had to sit on that plastic paddle thing bouncing across the field. Wouldn't be a buddy for long, I can't imagine. The other advantage to this seeder is it holds a lot more seed. And I don't think I've actually used this seeder in game yet because it's pretty pricey compared to other 6-meter seeders that are available. So I always end up going with something else. So got a pretty nice looking unit. I think pretty much the perfect size for what farming we've got going on around here. And as you can see, our McCormick has no issue at all pulling this. It is just amazing how fast a half hour goes when you're doing this kind of stuff, even when you're only showing portions of it. But we'll have quite a bit of the day left to tackle that other side. Oh, and I've got a roll list too. Then it'll be fertilizing will be next month once the crop comes out of the ground. So our crop sensors recognize it. Well, I've just about used up all my remaining time, so what I'll do is I will leave you there. I will get this seeded and rolled, and then I'll say goodbye to you once the field is completely done. So we'll see you then. Well, there we go. Our grass field is in, and all that's left to be done is fertilizing next month. While I was working on that, I got thinking this would be the perfect tractor for Neil Diamond. And why do you ask? Why, because he's the solitary man, of course. The other one that came to mind is George Thorogood. He likes to drink alone, probably likes to farm alone too. Now, aren't you glad you stayed to the very end? It's sad, that's the kind of stuff that goes through my mind while I'm sitting and working on a field. Anyway, if you're still with me, really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget about that old notification bell. But until next time, this is Farmer Murphy signing off.